it had been on my mind to nominate Sandy, and I got notes put down and everything, and then I thought, well, gee, I gotta call Sherry, because she's been working with her at the Folger House and everything. So I called her up for some information and told her I was going to nominate Sandy, and she said, oh, I already did that. I said, well, good. Well, maybe if both of us put, the nomination, that'll do the job. And I guess it did. Well, and my experience with Sandy started 35 years ago. She's received her Mighty Goliath award this year for 35 years. She's been, I have her beat only by one active consecutive year. I've had to back off because of my husband's stroke. So she's going to catch up to me next year. But that's all. But Sandy, when she came in, her dad was part of MGP. You probably all know that too. And next thing you know, she was helping with sets and painting signs, and not only singing on stage, but doing all kinds of things. Oh, that's the kind of girl that's this. Well, and then I talked to her one day about, different things, and she says, well, gee, I'm going on vacation, but it's an interesting experience. She says, I'm going on an archaeological dig. I said, this girl spends her vacations digging up things from, the past, and I'm thinking, well, gee, no wonder she's getting involved with the Folger House here, and with the experience of the past in the history of Avon Lake. She's got quite a job on that. I know Sherry had other things to talk about, so I'm going to let Sherry tell you more.
All right. Can I have something special for you first, Sandy?
Oh, great.
Yeah. You want to help me prop, lady?
Sure.
What? What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, you'll see.
You wait.
I'm scared now.
I'm borrowing these, so yeah, they've got to go back. So there's that. Well, Sandy is not your ordinary volunteer, so I really couldn't just give her an ordinary speech. But first I have to tell you the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, because in 1970, Sandy's dad, Howard Flynn, was recognized by the Avon Lake Jaycees as Man of the Year for Distinguished Community Service. She's carrying on the tradition. Sandy, I really hope you like Dr. Seuss, because this is for you. You've chosen a candidate, clever and handy, longtime Avon Laker whose first name is Sandy. Her volunteer efforts are more than substantial. She's wonderfully skillful at all things financial. For Mighty Goliath and Heritage AL, she does invoices, sales tax, and spreadsheets and Excel. Sandy's a part of her church board of stewards, a job she knows upside down, backwards, and forwards. And when she's not dealing in dollars and cents, there's oh so much more of such great consequence. It is said of her voice there is much to admire. She sings with her church's praise band and their choir. With Lorain County Civic Chorale and True North, she rehearses, performs, and so on and so forth. On Thursdays, she's clerk at the Good Neighbor Thrift Shop. She can't help herself. She just volunteers nonstop. Interfaith hospitality, Habitat for Humanity, she knows her role with unique perspicuity. You think after all this she simply relaxes? Oh no, not at all. She helps folks do their taxes. She knows 1099s and W-2s and forms that leave some folks completely confused. She counsels the seniors and helps the low income, advises, directs, helps with filing, and then some. Oh, the things that she does and hours she keeps. Just who is the Sandy and when does she sleep? Very good. And I am delighted to present this wonderful Sandy, which is beautiful.
Thank you. Wow.
Acknowledgement. Congratulations. We're so proud of you. And
We are pleased to have nominated this year's recipient of the Avon Lake Citizen of the Year Award, Sandy Gerhan.
Well, I want to thank the Avon Lake Community Council for this award. I was very shocked and surprised when Marty called me and let me know that I had been selected, so thank you to that group. And to Sherry Spencer and Anita Halava. I'm surprised that you guys both came up with this at the same time. I was very shocked. And your poem was awesome. I'm going to have to share it with my son because his actual wedding vows were from Dr. Seuss. So there's a little bit of a connection there. I appreciate the fact that my sister's here to share this with me today, Nancy Daniels. And I also wanted to mention that I decided I would tell people at work when I was working for the Red Cross that what I wanted to be when I grew up was a volunteer. So that's what I am since I've now grown up, I guess. But it is actually kind of a family thing. As Sherry mentioned, my dad, Howard Flynn, received similar award in 1970. And my grandmother, Viola Cumler, was honored by Lakewood Hospital after being a volunteer for more than 40 years. Every Tuesday afternoon at Lakewood Hospital, she put in more than 10,000 hours of volunteer service at Lakewood Hospital. And when Lakewood Hospital was Lakewood Hospital, she had her name up on a poster or a plaque because of her volunteer efforts. So I guess I don't fall far from the tree. Thank you very much for the honor.